Welcome, time traveler, to your orientation. I'm Vividen, here to help you prepare for your time in the Jurassic Period. Today, you're being sent in an experiment to the Morrison Formation, a strange, ancient place in western North America ruled by titanic sauropods and bands of roving, rhino-sized predators. If I do my job, you just might survive the 30 days before we pick you up and swap in the next volunteer. I'll teach you how to forage for food, create tools, find shelter, and watch out for the many threats of the ancient past. The Morrison Formation spanned about 9 million years across a wide geographical area, so we'll prep you for the worst of the worst from the entire formation's history. Are you ready to get started? The first factor you'll need to be aware of is food. Jurassic North America is a little short on restaurants, and to last a full 30 days, you'll need a consistent source of calories and nutrition. Fortunately, the Morrison has a mixture of animals and plants that may prove useful to you during your stay. Crayfish can be found in the river systems of the Morrison, providing high protein with relatively little risk. Lungfish and ray-finned fish were also quite common, and large enough to provide consistent calories. While frogs and salamanders can also be found, we don't recommend adding them to the menu unless you already have an easy way to make a cook fire. Poison is not your friend in this scenario. On land, you can find the tuatara relatives called sphenodonts, which look like lizards and taste somewhat similar. They're fast, but you can hurl rocks or sticks to stun them. The same goes for true squamates, which include early snakes like Diablophis, anguimorphs like Dorcetosaurus, and even the early skink, Eoscincus. Turtles like Dinochelys would also provide a hearty meal provided you can catch and harvest them. There are plenty of rat-sized mammals running around, like Ptenacodon, that would be the equivalent of a burger in terms of meat. Fruitifossor was about the size of a chipmunk and ate social insects like termites, so if you can set up camp near a termite mound, you might be able to ambush one. Small animals are one thing, and we recommend that they form a significant portion of your diet due to the lower danger level they present, but we must also address the possibility of consuming the charismatic dinosaurs of the Morrison. We at Vividen Corporation take no responsibility for injury, psychological trauma, or other harm that may come to volunteers as a result of approaching or otherwise encountering any of these animals. Camptosaurus is a 5 to 6 meter, 500 to 1,000 kilogram ornithopod. It was like the reptilian horse of the Morrison, able to move quickly and with a great deal of force. Its tail and hind limbs were powerful weapons, but if you can succeed in either scavenging one or bringing one down with a lucky spear, it'll be meat for days. Nanosaurus. Our time windows have been unable to verify if this ornithopod is a juvenile parapachycephalosaur or a member of its own group, so perhaps you can clear that up for us. Either way, it's a speedy biped the size of a dog that would feed you for over a week if you can cook the meat. We suggest using spears or stones given the difficulty of getting close to one. Gargoyleosaurus and Mimorapelta. These 500 to 1,000 kilogram nodosaurids are slow but incredibly durable. If you have the energy necessary to dig pit traps, that would be the best way to attempt taking one of these animals down. Their size, combined with their armor and spikes, makes approaching one at close range a death sentence unless you've thoroughly prepared the environment ahead of time. They, to be honest, are not worth the trouble. The various stegosaurids of the Morrison are even more dangerous. The largest, Stegosaurus proper, weighs up to 8 metric tons and has thagomizers a meter long. Think a toothpick running through a sandwich, and that would be you. Their range of motion is also deceptively wide, so ambushing one from behind or the side is, let's just say, ill-considered. If by some miracle you manage to get in a lucky spear throw and take one down through the eye without being gored yourself, the amount of meat is too great for one volunteer to harvest. That will just draw attention from carnivores that you don't want to tangle with. As for the sauropods that dominate the Morrison Formation, no. Just no. Listen, as a representative of Vividen Corporation, I'm supposed to let you try what you want to try and observe your behavior without influencing you too much, but I do have a conscience. Don't get close to any sauropods if you can help it, and certainly don't antagonize one. A 15-ton Diplodocus being angry is bad enough, but when we bring in the true giants like the huge Apatosaurines and Robocosaurids, any weapon you can craft will be nothing more than an irritant. You probably can't kill them, and if you did, you certainly couldn't take advantage of the meat. Attacking one is just inviting 60 plus tons of reptilian rage to crush you into marmalade, and that's bad for business. Our volunteer rate goes down 0.18% for each sauropod-induced fatality. Pretend you didn't hear that. Just stick to the small stuff, like science, math, physics, and engineering. Learning the basics of those concepts could be crucial in raising your survival rate in the Jurassic, which is why we at Vividen Corporation recommend today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a learning app designed to help you practice practical concepts with hands-on examples and activities. You get the advantages of high-quality education without the boredom or foot-tapping of a classroom lecture. By using a system that encourages daily activities and keeping track of your progress with experience points and rewards, Brilliant can help you learn important concepts about science, mathematics, and engineering without boring homework. Each daily session only takes a few minutes and can elevate your day by waking up your brain and encouraging critical thinking. Their science courses help you understand the foundations of physics, engineering, and the scientific method as you problem solve using real-world examples. This one-of-a-kind learning system helps you feel brilliant and be brilliant. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/Vividen or scan the QR code on screen, or you can click on the link in the description. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. The Morrison was a riparian savanna, where most of the vegetation crowded around rivers in a fairly dry environment. You'll need to stay close to the rivers to find edible plants, which include araucarian conifers. Edibility: araucarian nuts can be eaten cooked or ground to make flour. One cone holds 186 calories and provides calcium, phosphorus, B vitamins, and some protein. Ferns. Edibility: safe when cooked. Uncooked ferns contain thiaminase, which can destroy vitamin B in your body. Please only eat these in very small amounts, if at all. At only 50 calories a cup, they don't provide much energy to begin with. Seed ferns. Edibility: possibly edible when in the young fiddlehead stage, but may also be carcinogenic. I'd recommend avoiding them unless you run out of other options. Ginkgos. Edibility: limited. The outer covering can cause skin rashes in some people, and the seeds themselves, while edible, can cause seizures and poisoning if eaten in large amounts. There'll be an occasional snack you can indulge in, but as an employee of Vividen Corporation, I do not recommend eating these on a regular basis, even when cooked. Horsetails. Edibility: mixed. They must be cooked when mature, and the high degree of silica can cause tooth wear over time. Young plants may result in vitamin B deficiency, but they're highly nutrient-dense. Cycads. Edibility: not. They will destroy your teeth and are toxic without advanced preparation methods. It's not worth it. In order to properly harvest food and defend yourself, you will need to create tools. No smelting metal deposits are known from the Morrison Formation, although there is a lot of uranium, which I'm supposed to hint that you bring back, apparently, somehow. But sandstone and other rocks may provide materials for somewhat acceptable spearheads and food grinding tools. Sharp rocks or sharpened pieces of wood may be obtained, and the wiry bark of conifers used to tie parts of tools together. In order to create cook fires, as well as defensive fires, you'll need to take 2 pieces of wood, dig a notch in the bottom piece, and spin the top piece rapidly in the notch. This is easier if you already have a string-like substance, perhaps a strong piece of fern or horsetail, to create a bow to spin the top stick faster. The friction will generate heat and eventually cause the sticks to catch fire. As for clothing, well, you volunteered for this experiment in your street clothes. Those can last a month, right? A good way to catch fish, apart from spearfishing, is with a gorge hook. In order to make a gorge hook, you need to have a small piece of sharp wood or bone. Cut a groove around the center to put your line into, which will likely be made of whatever plant filaments you can tie together. Sharpen the wood or bone on both ends and spear the bait. Fish that see the bait will swallow it, and the gorge hook will lodge itself in the fish's throat, allowing you to pull it in without advanced equipment. The Morrison Formation is a hot, dry environment with vast floodplains. It alternates between winding rivers and drier, semi-arid environments with limited vegetation. The conifers crowd around the rivers, which is where you'll find the most cover from the sun, but herbivores and predators will also congregate here. Floods and carnivorous dinosaurs will be your greatest threat. So Vividen Corporation recommends seeking out high ground and seeking shelter in caves as soon as possible. You may utilize loose sticks and fern fronds to build small huts or lean-tos, or even climb the large conifers by the river and create rudimentary tree houses to avoid predators. Speaking of predators, Amphicotylus, an alligator-sized goniophyllid crocodilian, will be a significant problem you'll need to watch out for when catching crayfish or fishing. It's big enough to grab you by the leg and drag you into the water, so when foraging for aquatic prey, make sure to use long sticks to test the shallows. Fast, small carnivores like the terrestrial crocholopus will probably mob any kills you make, so be prepared to defend your catch. The same would apply to carnivorous pterosaurs like rhamphorhynchids and pterodactyloids, the flesh-eating pigeons of the Jurassic. Ornitholestes was fairly small, at about 2 meters long and 15 kilograms. It's unlikely to attack you given its preference for small prey, but don't be surprised if you find one raiding any food caches you might be lucky enough to build. Keep an eye out and your food well hidden. Stoxosaurus and Tentacalagrius are a 1-2 punch of wolf and lion-sized predators, with Tentacalagrius representing the bigger threat. It's physically powerful enough to take down an adult human. Although it may prefer easier prey, if it pulled off an ambush, you probably wouldn't survive your injuries. Keep a guard fire going at night to prevent attacks under cover of darkness. Martiosaurus is a black bear-sized megalosaurid. Its powerful clawed arms and slicing jaws can easily incapacitate you, and you're the perfect size for a Marsosaurus Lunchable. Make sure that you always have at least a sharpened piece of wood, or better yet a full spear, to try to convince these ancient super predators that you're not worth the trouble. If given the chance, they will eat you, and if you're not armed to the teeth and prepared, it won't be any contest at all. Ceratosaurus takes the threat posed by Marsosaurus and dials it up. Bulkier, with stronger jaws, Ceratosaurus frequents watery areas where you'll be collecting most of your own food. Big individuals reach nearly a metric ton, and have osteoderms on their torso that act as extra protection over their thick scales. If you see one, or even suspect that a Ceratosaurus is nearby, your best shot is to climb a tree and throw conifer cones or rocks until it leaves. That advice also applies to the apex predators of the Morrison. Allosaurus is an animal with a high degree of variability across its multiple species. Its developmental plasticity as a genus is similar to modern Komodo dragons. Adults range from 5 to 6 meters long and a few hundred kilos, to 11 meters and over 6 tons. Their arms are long and powerful and have claws that could gut you like a fish. They're also highly aggressive and willing to attack prey they know can injure them, so warning them away with displays of your spear or sticks likely won't do much good. They've been observed traveling in large mob-like groups as well. Again, climb a tree. Not much else will save you. Torvosaurus is the biggest megalosaurid in the Morrison. At up to 10 meters and 4 to 5 tons, it's the size of an African bush elephant and has the scaled-up weaponry of a monitor lizard. Fortunately for you, they're also highly rare. Big herbivores like Camptosaurus, Stegosaurus, and sauropods are also tremendously dangerous, as discussed earlier. Camptosaurus can trample you, Stegosaurus can impale you, and any of the Morrison's giant sauropods could turn you into jelly on accident. Take the African savanna, make the lions and elephants 10 times bigger, and you start to understand just how dangerous the Morrison is. But hey, knowing is half the battle, right? Overall, we predict 11% of volunteers will survive the full 30-day period in the Morrison Formation. Chief causes of fatalities will be starvation, extreme weather, encounters with dangerous herbivores, and predation by large native predators. Whoops, I wasn't supposed to say that part out loud. Good luck, time traveler. We look forward to your report. Do try to bring back uranium samples if you can. If you survive, perhaps you can train future volunteers. And don't forget to check out Brilliant using the link in the description and pinned comment. Scan the QR code for a free trial and to get 20% off an annual subscription. Let me know which formations you'd like to see next. I've got the script for an Ishigualasto episode nearly done, but the analog horror art of Saurosuchus doesn't yet exist that I wanted to use for a thumbnail. Join the channel for special perks and subscribe for more videos like this, as well as updates on my book series. I'm the Vividen, and I'll see you next time.